It's almost that time. Thursdays now? Because she used to be Wednesdays, I thought. Any special requests today?
That and back. And anything from the hips up, really.
Anything kind of in this general area. All right, anybody else?
Counter desk sitting.
Yes. All right, let's start at our backs to begin our practice today. Let your feet come as wide as your mat. And just try to relax right from the hips. So let your toes fall out to the sides. Turn your palms to face the sky. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. And just close your eyes. Settle in for a moment. Let your body become still and heavy and relaxed. Noticing all the sounds around you, off in the distance and close by. And just letting all those sounds be off in the distance as you begin to focus on just the sound of my voice and the sound of your breath. Moving that breath in and out through your nose. The lips are closed, the jaw is relaxed. The belly begins to rise and fall with the breath. The rib cage begins to open and expand and then contract with the breath. And there's a very gentle lifting and lowering happening up at the collarbones, right in the upper chest. Good, and as you constrict the glottis now, narrowing the airway slightly, start to hear the breath a bit more audibly. Starting to move the fingers and the toes, the hands and the feet, and the wrists and the ankles as you begin to turn your head ever so slowly from side to side. And just let that head roll through to that center position as you bring your legs together and point your toes. Circle the arms over the head and stretch the fingers back as you reach those toes forward. Take another inhale, stretch, 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 and relax the arms down. Draw your knees into your chest and just rock from side to side a few times. Rolling from hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, ear to ear. Good, so roll to center, take your grip to the back of your thighs, pop your hips up off the mat and roll up and down the length of your spine, maybe 3 or 4 times. Keep the chin tucked in as you roll back so your neck is protected. Roll it back one more time and come up to seated. And just sit comfortably cross-legged. Drawing the shoulders back over the hips and the ears back over the shoulders. Lifting across the chest as you squeeze between the blades. Taking your hands to the ground beside your hips, walking those fingers out and away from the body, and then turning the palms out. And as you inhale, let the arms float up. Palms turn out again, and as you exhale, the arms slowly circle down, moving with breath. Inhale, and we lift. Exhaling, and we lower. And one more time, inhale, let the arms float up. And exhale, slowly circle the arms down. So take a deep breath in, and with your exhale, take a twist to your right, just a gentle one to start. Reach across for that right knee with your left hand, looking over that right shoulder, back behind you. Take another inhale, grow even taller, and exhale, twist to your furthest. Inhale, look forward, and exhale to center. Inhale, lengthen and extend, and then twist in the other direction. Look as far over that left shoulder as you can, closing the eyes, blocking out distractions. Left hand has come right around behind you in line with your spine as much as possible. Rolling the left shoulder back, opening the left side of the chest. Take another inhale, grow even taller. Exhale, twist to your furthest place, and then inhale, look forward, and return back to center as you exhale. Turn your palms out, and as you inhale, float the arms up. Palms come together now. Bring your hands down in front of your heart. So put a firm amount of pressure between the hands, and again, give a little squeeze between those shoulder blades. Interlace the fingers, but switch it up so it's the way you don't normally tend to do it. And then press the palms forward as you straighten the arms, and inhale, let the arms float up. Take a little lean to your right as you exhale. Keep both buttocks on the ground. Roll the left shoulder gently back. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. They shouldn't be up around your earlobes. Good. Inhale, come through center. And then lean to your left. Roll the right shoulder back. Press out through those palms. Good. Inhale to come up. Exhale and circle the arms down. Good. Make your way onto your hands and your knees. So come into your table pose. Spread your fingers as wide as you can. Press the earth away. Good. So Jayashri, bring your knees closer together for me. Make sure your thighs are parallel. Good. Press heavily into the tops of the feet. Press heavily into your palms, and inhale, take your right leg back and your left arm forward. And then pull the left shoulder down away from the ear. Good. Keep lifting through the low belly, subtle tuck to the tail. Keep flexing your right foot and spreading your toes, and take another inhale, stretch it out even longer, lift the limbs a little higher. Just lower your hand down as you exhale. Inhale, lift the heel and the chin, open the throat as you look up. Exhale, point your right toes, forehead to knee as you round the back. Inhale and extend the leg, flex your foot as you lift the chin and look up. Exhale, squeeze the knee in, forehead to knee. So as you send your right leg back, keep your toes pointing down to the ground. Exhale, squeeze the knee in. Let's do 2 more. Moving through these tiger stretches as slowly as your breath will allow you to go. Take the last one. Squeeze the knee in, pull the forehead towards it, and then lower your right knee down. On an inhale, take your left leg back and your right arm forward, coming into your spinal balance. Pull that right shoulder back and down away from the ear. Keep lifting that left shoulder up and away from the left wrist. Try to look straight down to the ground, ensuring your neck remains in line with the rest of your spine. Good, take another inhale, stretch the limbs, lift them a little higher. Exhale, right hand comes down, 5 tiger stretches. Inhale, look up, lift the heel. Exhale, forehead to knee as you round your back. Inhale and extend the leg. Flex the foot, look up. Exhale, squeeze the knee in. 3 more. Try to keep the weight balanced evenly between your 2 hands as you move here. Keep your left toes pointing straight down to the ground as the leg goes back. Once you're done that 3rd one, you're back in a table, and then you're taking it back into a child's pose. Your choice of how close together you want those knees to be. Relax. Good, keep breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Good, reach those hands forward. Pull yourself up to table, and let's take it up into our first downward facing dog now, making sure that you take the hands and knees a little further apart lengthwise. And then turning the big toes slightly in, start to walk those heels up and down. Press both heels down at the same time. Roll the weight to the inner feet and try to roll the weight into your inner palms. So really root down into your thumbs and pointer fingers. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Flex your foot, spread your toes. Breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. Good, inhale the right leg a little higher. Exhale, right foot next to the left. And inhale, left leg up to the sky. Press out through the heel, spread your toes. Try to keep both your arms strong and straight without locking out those elbows. Good, inhale that left leg just a little higher. Exhale, left foot down beside the right. Inhale, come forward to plank. Puff up your upper back a little bit. Lift the low belly up towards the spine. Breathe deeply and slowly through your nose. Good, inhale, look a couple feet in front of you and keep looking forward as you lower your body slowly down. Untuck the toes, send the chin forward, lift through the back of the head. Straight legs. Pull your heart forward through those hands. Try to keep the tops of all 10 of your toes connecting to your yoga mat. Inhale, come up a little higher, and then lower your forehead. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, press back up to plank, and push back to downward facing dog. And as you lift the hips high and you press the chest gently back, try to push your heels down. Connect every knuckle at the base of every finger. Grip with the pads of the fingers, pressing the earth away. Good, inhale onto the toes, soft knees, look forward, walk, step, or hop the feet to the space between the hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold chest to thighs. Good, let's bend the knees. Reach for the elbows with those hands to just hang in a ragdoll forward bend. Try to balance the weight evenly between the heels and the toes, the inner and outer edges of the feet. Give the head a little shake as though motioning no. And bring it back to center and start to nod it yes. Back to center one more time, shake it no. Back to center, one last nod yes, up and down. And then let your head hang. Give a little gentle tug with your hands as though you could pull your elbows towards the ground now. Can you lift the hips up and away from the heels? Good, take one last inhale, pull those elbows just a little further, and then exhale, release the elbows with the hands. Keeping that subtle bend in the knees, tuck your chin into your chest, and then over several breaths, start to roll your way up to standing. Try to take at least 4 breaths to come up. So nice and slow. Stacking low back, mid back. As you begin to work into the upper back, the legs can start to straighten, shoulders roll up, back and down, palms turn open. Good, take a full inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, circle the arms up as you look up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward over those legs. Come up halfway as you inhale, lengthening the spine, and then plant your hands on the earth. Walk, step, or hop back to the top of a push-up. And breathe. Spread those fingers out as much as you can. Puff up the upper back just a little bit. Good, so Maureen, press that space, but yeah, that's awesome. Inhale to look forward. Exhale to lower with control. Inhale to your cobra. Give a little squeeze between those shoulder blades. Make sure your hands could easily leave the ground. Don't use your arms to press up. Use your back muscles to pull yourself up. Take one last deep breath in. Let your forehead touch down as you tuck your toes under. Inhale to the top of a push-up and press back to your downward dog. Inhale, let your right leg float up. Take another inhale, lift the leg a little higher, and then bring your right foot in between your hands. Start to wiggle that left foot back as your right foot now walks a little closer to the right hand. Straighten your left leg. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Keep the hips low. Keep your chest as low as it is. Take your arms out like wings, straight out to the side. So straight out. Spread your fingers. Take another deep breath in, and with the exhale, let your fingerprints come back down. Bending your left knee, push off the left foot. Inhale, left leg lifts to the sky, and bow chest to thigh. So look at your left foot. Keep the toes pointing straight down to the ground. Use the strength of your arms as your hands rest on the ground. Use your hands to pull yourself down a little closer to your right leg. Can you grab your right ankle with your right hand? Pull yourself down a little further. Good. Release the right ankle with the right hand. Inhale, lift the left leg even higher, and then take a big step back with your left foot. Plant both your palms flat on your mat. Pick your right foot up, bring it back to join your left foot, and press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Inhale the left leg a little higher, big step forward with the left foot. So try to bring your foot inside both your hands so your hands never leave that shoulder distance width. Your left foot walks out to the left, the right foot starts to wiggle back. How far back can you take that right foot? Lift the chest up away from the left thigh. As you pull your left hip back, try to shift the right hip forward. Press that right leg straight. Good. On an inhale, take the arms, spread them out like wings. Keep your chest low, just as it was when your fingerprints were on the ground. Squeeze between the blades. Take one last inhale, and exhale, lower the hands down. Bend your right knee, and inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, bow chest to thigh. Chin, nose, then forehead. Draw in. Walk the hands back. Pull yourself down. And as you continue to pull yourself down, see if you have the ability to take your left hand to the outside of that left ankle. Keep spreading your right toes as you push out through the heel. Good, release that left hand back to the ground. Inhale the right leg even higher, and then big step back with your right foot. Now plant both your palms flat on your mat. Pick your left foot up, step it back to meet the right, and press back to downward dog. So lifting the hips up, pressing the heels gently down. Good, walk your hands to your feet. Let your feet settle heavily. And with your feet at a hip distance stance, take your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers together. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together and try to straighten your arms. Send your knuckles up and away, and then start to draw the arms very gently away from the back. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Try to let your toes continue to take just as much weight as your heels are. Keep the heels of your hands coming towards one another as best you can. So Chris, can you bring the heels of your hands a little bit more together so you're not torquing that one wrist? Jayashri, can you do the same thing? Try to bring the heels of the hands together so you're not twisting at those wrists so much. So try to bring the heels of the hands together if you can, because you have way more hypermobility in one arm and it starts to really twist a lot. See if you can maintain them even. Take one last inhale, stretch the arms just a bit further, and as you exhale, release the hands back to the low back, unlace the fingers, and let your hands release down to the ground. Open your hands to shoulder distance apart, and look at your feet as you start to walk your hands forward. So walk them slowly, look at your feet. When it feels as though you're back in your correct downward dog position, look at your hands, make sure they're even, and then relax the head back down. Inhale, lift the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, bring your right big toe to the outside of your right wrist. So don't move your right hand. Just the big toe, not your heel to your wrist, but your big toe to your wrist. Turn that big toe in a little bit by sliding the heel out. Lower to your left knee and untuck your left toes. How far back can you slide that left leg? Keeping your left toes pointing straight back behind you, inhale, elongate the spine as you look out in front of you. Exhale, start to bend your elbows, lowering your shoulders towards the ground. How low can you go? When you can't go any further, let your head hang heavy. Keep pressing into that right big toe and that inner right heel. Make sure that your knee on that right leg isn't going past the ankle. So you might even slide the left leg back a little bit, Chris. Yeah, or make the adjustment of the foot forward. Keep breathing. Go ahead, take another deep breath in. Exhale completely. Now inhale, slowly come up. Straighten your arms. Curl your left toes under. Both palms are rooted firmly. See if you can pick your right foot up and step it back to meet your left foot. Press back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up slowly, and exhale, bring your left big toe to the outside edge of your left wrist. Slide that right foot back as far as it'll go, lowering to the knee and untucking the toes. Hug that left leg in towards that left arm a little bit. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look slightly ahead. Exhale, start to bend those elbows, lowering your shoulders towards the ground. Try to let the shoulders come down evenly with one another. And when you can't lower any further, relax your head. Keep pressing into that left big toe and that inner left heel. Try to keep those right toes pointing straight back behind you. Good. Take one last inhale and full, complete exhale. And then inhale, slowly begin to come up, straightening out the arms. Planting those hands firmly at a shoulder distance width as you curl the right toes under and pick up the right knee. Step back with the left foot and press back to downward dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you, and exhale your right foot to the inside edge of your right hand. Right to the inside edge. Help it forward if needed. Now take your left foot in just a little closer and plant it on a 45-degree angle. And now try to square your hips to the top of your mat as you bend deeply into your right knee. So turn your left toes halfway in. On an inhale, circle up into your warrior one. Good. So both hips are square to the top of your mat. Good. So keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull the shoulders down. Pull the shoulders down. Good. Pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Lifting the chin just a little bit, elongate the neck. Press that left leg as straight as you can. Let that right knee come right over top of that right ankle. Good. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw your left knee into your chest. Bend your right knee and cross your left leg over your right leg. Maybe you can hook the toes. Maybe you're just pushing your foot into the side of the leg. Maybe you need to set those left toes down on the ground. So thigh over thigh, Chris, not ankle. Good. So as you find a steady gazing point, take your arms out like wings. Take your right arm on top of your left arm all the way around in front and either reach for the shoulders or interlace the forearms as well, thumbs pointing in. And as you lift the elbows up, bend the right knee a little more deeply. Good. On your inhale, take the arms, spread them out. Exhale, hands to the hips. As you inhale, straighten the right leg and draw your left knee into your chest again. See something. Focus the eyes. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, take a step back with the left foot and root it on the 45. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And exhale, place your hands on your mat. Step back to downward dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg up, and exhale your left foot right in between your two hands. So in between your hands, right to center. Take your right foot, plant it on a 45-degree angle. Bend deeply into your left knee so the knee is over the ankle, and now draw left hip back, right hip forward as you inhale. Reach the arms up to the sky. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana. Good. So pull that left hip back, right hip forward. Straighten the arms as much as you can. Good. So not so much with your left knee out to the left, Chris. Yeah. Press that right leg as straight as you can. Lifting the chin slightly. Try to elongate both sides of the neck evenly. pull your shoulders down away from your ears. They're not earrings. Don't hike them up there. Take another deep breath in, and with your exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Bring your hands to your hips. Come on to the ball of the right foot. Draw your right knee into your chest. Bending your left knee now. Cross that right leg over the left leg. How far around can you snake that right foot? Tuck the tail, low belly pulled in, arms out like wings. Left arm on top this time, either reaching for shoulders or intertwining the forearms as well. Elbows up, bend the left knee a little deeper. Shoulders stay down, away from the ears. On your next inhale, send the arms out like wings. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, straighten the left leg, draw your right knee into your chest. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, step the right foot back and plant it. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step the left foot back and press back to your downward facing dog. Inhale onto the toes, soft knees as you look forward, and let your feet come between your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold over those legs. Inhale, circle the arms up as you look up. Palms touch, exhale, hands to the heart. Close the eyes for a moment and breathe. Relax the arms down at the sides. Let your palms turn open. Lift through the crown of the head. Keep that low belly drawn in. Good. Step out with your left foot and open to the left. Adjust your feet to a little less than one leg's length apart. So less, not more. Turn your right toes out to the right, turn your left toes out to the left, and bend your knees over your ankles. Now adjust your feet closer or wider as necessary so that your shins are perpendicular to the ground. Take your arms out to a T, palms forward. So Jayashri, you can go a little wider with your feet. Janice, even a little tiny bit. Bend at your elbows, fingers up to the sky. Keep the elbows up at shoulder height. So try to have that wrist right over the elbow. So straight up and down. Yeah. Now draw the elbows back slightly. Open across the chest. Sit the hips a little deeper if you can. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, take a little lean to the right, but keep your elbows and your shoulders in line. Inhale, come back up. Exhale and lean to your left. Good. Inhale to come up. Exhale, can you sit a little deeper? Inhale, can you lift the heels? Come up onto your toes. Take another full breath in. Exhale, lower the heels down. Straighten the legs, straighten the arms, toes forward, and relax the arms down. Good. Walk your feet back out to one leg's length. Pigeon toe your feet. Inhale, take your arms out to a T. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, crack open the heart, but pull the low belly in. Inhale, send the crown of the head to the sky above you, so don't lift your chin. Don't lift your chin. Send the crown of the head up. Send the knuckles down to the earth. Take one more inhale. Keep the knees a little bit soft and start to fold. Hinge from your hips. Lead with your chest. When you can't go any further, relax your head. Start to pull the arms away from the back. Keep just as much weight in your toes as you have back in your heels. Press down firmly through all four corners of your feet. Good, take another inhale, stretch the arms a little further, exhale, and release the hands down. Bend your knees a little bit and make this like a rag doll hang. So relax your arms. Palms can be up. Let your head hang heavy. Give your head a little shake as though saying no. And then nod the head yes. And then relax the head. Bringing your fingertips to the ground, start to walk your hands around to the top of your mat. Turn your right toes out and come onto the ball of your left foot. Plant both your palms. Step your right foot back to join the left, top of a push-up. Good, now look forward as you inhale and lower with control as you exhale, forehead down. So forehead down, bend your knees and reach for the tops of your feet with your hands. So bend your knees and reach for the tops of the feet. Forehead is still on the ground. Slide your thighs together if you can. Now pushing your feet into your hands, start to spread your toes. Inhale, send the chin forward, lift through the back of the head. Pick your thighs up, but try not to separate your legs too much. Send your toes to the sky. Keep lifting that heart away from the ground, shoulders down. Breathe. Good, take one more inhale, really, really lift up. Exhale, gently lower your forehead, let go of the feet, hands beside the chest. In slow motion, press up to your knees and press back into child's pose. Let that back gently round out. Good. With your hands on either side of your head, straighten your arms. Make fists with your hands and measure the distance between your knees to be equal to two of your fists. Take your hands and grab on to your upper arms right above those elbows. And then take your elbows down to the ground and crawl them forward away from your knees until your hips are over your knees and your shoulders are over your elbows. So make sure your elbows are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. Yeah, so Janice, walk your elbows back just a little bit for me. Good. Now, swing your hands forward, interlace your fingers, and make a basket with your hands, thumbs to the sky. Try not to widen your elbows anymore. Take your head to the earth so your hands cup the back of your head. So elbows a little closer, Janice. Good. Now, pull your shoulders up and back away from your ears as you curl your toes under. Start to lift the knees, straightening your legs, walking your feet towards your face. Keep your shoulders pulling up and back away from those ears. How close to your face can you walk your feet? Don't let your shoulders collapse. So Maureen, pull the shoulders up and back away from the ears. Yeah, that's awesome. Can you draw maybe one knee into the chest? Maybe you're drawing both knees into the chest. You're all familiar with where we're going, so I know that you're all safe. If you're doing one leg at a time, you can hold that for a couple breaths and then do the other side. If you brought both knees in, maybe you're moving into more of a true shoulder stand. Keep that belly drawn back towards the spine. Especially those of you in your headstand, keep the shoulders away from your ears. Just continuing to attempt it as you feel comfortable. Taking rest when you need to. Those of you in headstand, do you want to move into variations? Maybe legs wide, maybe scissoring the legs. It can be slow movement. When you're done with all your variations, you're taking your child's pose. It was good, Janice. I think your elbows just went out a little wide, but that was good. You were right there. So a few breaths in child's pose. And then hands to either side of the head, slowly straighten your arms. Roll over to one hip, swing your legs around in front of you. Hands beside the hips. Legs extend straight out. Toes pulling back towards you. Neck is long, chin is slightly tucked. Inhale, reach the arms up and look up, and then hinge from your hips and fold. Maybe you're reaching your toes, maybe your ankles, maybe your calves. Draw the low belly in as you drag that heart forward, and then relax your head down. Close your eyes. So relax your head, but keep the rest of the spine lengthening. Lifting the heart away from the navel and the navel away from the pubic bone. Keep pressing out through those heels, spreading your toes. Good, on your next inhale, look forward. As you exhale, reach forward, and inhale, come all the way up. Turn your palms out as you circle the arms down. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Hands just behind you. Make sure that there's room. Roll yourself right back into plow. So the exact same position we were just in, but in a different variation. So as you come into your plow, walk your hands towards each other. Bring your hands now to the low back. Point your fingers straight up rather than in. Bring your elbows in as much as you can. And now try to keep your legs straight and together and begin to float your legs up. Nice and slow, move with control. There should be no pain in the neck. If there is pain in the neck, then you come out of the pose. Keep stretching those toes up, letting the blood drain from those feet and legs back towards the heart. Good, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, take the legs open wide. Don't let your legs fall forward, just take them out to the side, push out through your heels. So widen your legs, make a Y. Push out through the heels. Now, simply bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together, and try to have your heels right over top of your perineum. So point your toes as much as you can up to the sky. And then pull your knees towards the Detroit River, opening up those hips. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs out again. Don't bring them together, just straighten them. On your next inhale, now let the legs come together. Exhale, send your right toes towards Detroit and your left toes back behind you. So scissor your legs. Don't just lower your one leg. So Jayashri, you're not lowering your right leg down. Try to send your left foot forward. Now inhale, legs come and meet at center and scissor them the other way. So don't worry about getting your right toes to the ground. Try to touch the Renaissance center with those left toes. Yeah, that's it. Inhale, legs come back together. So Maureen, instead of letting your leg just come over your face, try to actually open them apart from one another. Can you try it again for me? No, not wide, but the other way. Yeah, that's better. So as the right toes come back behind you though, try to reach your left toes forward. Yeah, that's good. Now try it the other way. Yeah. Now, bring the legs together. Those of you that took them apart again, take another deep breath in. Let both legs come over your face. How close to the ground can you get your toes? If they touch, walk them closer. Push your legs straight. Press your palms to the ground if your feet are touching the ground. Can you walk your hands a little closer to one another? Some of you might even clasp your hands. Shift the weight from one arm to the other and try to get your shoulder blades closer together if you can. Now walk your feet wide apart again. Unlace the fingers. If your hands are clasped, take your arms over your head. Straight back behind you, palm to palm. Now pressing your palms together, point your fingers now straight up to the sky. Legs or your arms are in between your legs now. So fingers to the sky. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, lower the arms back down. Keep them there and relax them and start to bring your feet together. So can you keep your arms over your head as you start to lower? You're going to start to lower your upper back. Start to lower your mid back. Don't let your head lift. Start to lower the low back, nice and steady. Push out through those heels. And now try to lower both legs ever so slowly down. And when your heels touch the ground, bring your arms beside you. Walk your feet towards your hands, or pardon me, towards your buttocks, or towards your hands really. Press your palms down, separate your feet to hip distance. Tuck the tailbone and inhale, lift those hips up to the sky. Press into your big toes, press down through your inner heels. Keep breathing. Push your chest towards your chin. Good, take another inhale, lift those hips up, up, up. Exhale, lower your upper back, your mid back, and your low back down. Draw your knees into your chest. Wrap the hands around the front of the knees and just rock from side to side. Good, roll back to center. Set your feet on the ground. Bring your arms to a T. Shift your hips a couple inches to the left. So your hips, feet are on the ground. Shift your hips to the left a little bit. So pick your hips up and move your hips to the left. Jayashri, not your knees, just your hips. So pick yourself up and move your hip. Yeah, you got it. Cross your left knee over your right knee, knee over knee. Turn your head all the way to the left. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to lower your legs all the way to the right. So legs to the right, head to the left. Try to keep that left shoulder heavy on the ground. Relax the upper back. Relax the face and the jaw. Palms can be up or down, your choice. Good. On your next inhale, let your head and your knees come up slowly. Uncross your legs. Shift your hips back to center. And now take your hips a little bit to the right. Cross your right knee over your left knee. Turn your head all the way to the right as you inhale and release your legs to the left as you exhale. And just breathe. Relax the arms. Relax the neck. Relax the face and the scalp. Relax the jaw. Let gravity pull you down. On your next inhale, let your head and your knees come up slowly, uncross the legs and shift your hips back to center. Let your knees come towards your chest as your palms turn down to the ground. Bring your heels up so that your shins are parallel to the earth. Keep flexing your feet, keep spreading your toes. So your palms are pressing down, your legs are squeezing together. Take a deep breath in and exhale your legs towards the right, but don't let your knees come apart and don't let your left shoulder lift. Inhale to center. Legs to the left, head to the right. Hover the legs, don't let them separate. Inhale to come up. So don't worry about how far the legs go. Keep going side to side, but try to really squeeze your knees and your ankles together. Move with your breath. Keep pressing into both those arms and hands. Keep pressing into those shoulders. Try not to let your hands come up higher than your shoulders. The next time you go over to the right with your legs, just let them completely relax down to the ground without lifting your left shoulder, and you can turn your palms up if you'd like. Try to relax right where you landed, softening, melting. Maybe adding the weight of the right hand now to the left near thigh, encouraging the legs down a little more without force, without strain. Every type of twist we do for our body targets just a slightly different area. So what feels different in this twist than the last one? Are you noticing tension you're holding somewhere? Can you direct your focus and your breath there and let it go? Good. Bring both palms down to the ground. Press into the hands as you flex your feet and inhale. Come back up slowly. Change sides as you exhale. Try not to lift the right shoulder as you relax the feet down. You can turn the palms up if you'd like or keep them as they are. Make sure your hands aren't higher than your shoulders though. You can add the weight of the left hand now to the right knee or thigh if you'd like. If you did so on the other side, just keep things balanced and even. Good. If you've lifted your left hand, bring it back down. Press both palms down as you activate those legs. Inhale to center. Reach for your knees. Hug them into your chest. Rock side to side and massage your back. Roll back to center and try to draw your forehead towards your knees and see if you can wrap your arms even more tightly around those legs. Take another deep breath in and now hold the breath. Squeeze the face, the scalp, the neck, the whole torso, arms, legs, squeeze and release the effort. Make your way into Shavasana. So you have extra clothing you'd like to put it on. Try to make sure that your body looks symmetrical. The legs released out and away, the same diagonal line as the arms released down and away. Palms face the sky. Chin tucked a little bit towards the chest. Relax. Relax the breath. Relax the whole body. Softening completely here. Just letting any residual tension just start to melt away. Sinking deeper and deeper into this posture. Start to become more aware of the sounds around you. Start to deepen your breathing. And start to bring movement to your fingers and your toes, your wrists and your ankles. Let your head just turn gently side to side. And then as your head rolls to center and your legs slide together, point your toes and stretch your arms over your head. Take a long, deep breath in like it was the first stretch of the day. Reach, reach, reach. And relax the arms down to your sides. Walk your feet towards you. Draw your knees into your chest. And just rock from side to side. Roll all the way to the right and pause and breathe and notice not just how you're feeling physically, but has there been a shift in your mental state, your emotional state, even your spiritual state? Press down into that left palm and that right elbow with a very slow movement. Start to make your way back up. Sit comfortably cross-legged. Bring your hands together at your heart. Ending our practice today with the chanting of Om. Take a deep breath in. The divine light within me humbly, graciously bows to that same divine light within you. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Happy Saturday. Thanks for coming. I somehow ended up